Yeah.
Hello, my name is Pranav Suresh Kumar, and this is my presentation about the mayil. First, I'll talk about the introduction and what is the yar. Second, I'll talk about the past and creation of the yar. The characteristics means how it looks, and the anatomy means like the parts of the yar. And the fifth chapter will be about the players, and the size will also include like other important slides. Even though the photo shown isn't the Mayan yar, it has a similar design. So what is the yar? The yar, also pronounced, is a harp used in ancient Tamil music. It is an instrument with a very interesting sound. The yar in Tamil music, which was the ancestor of modern-day veena, it was named so because the tip of the stem was carved into the head of the mittal largo animal yali. It was an open-stringed instrument with gut strings, which is basically like beans, with a wooden boat-shaped skin and covered resonator and ebony stem. The photo shown is of the Simamukha yard.
Please talk a bit loud. Okay.
Okay.
Your voice is not audible. Yeah.
The presentation will cover mostly everything about the yard, even the frequency, but it might also kind of dive into the South Indian culture. We will also might focus on the peacock and its deep true meaning. The history. The arched harp was used in India since at least the 2nd century BCE, when a woman was sculpted with the instrument in a Buddhist artwork at Baru. Both the Indian harp style veena and the Tamil yar declined starting in about the 7th century, as stick zither style veenas rose to prominence. The yar is from the Sangam period, which is the period where there were three kingdoms ruling South India, also the time of the Mauryan Empire was around. During this time, Pandyans were ruling Tamil Nadu. They were thriving in southern India, but they also had the yar. They used important materials to make the yar. How the yar looks. It was strung with gut strings that ran from a curved ebony neck to a bow or shaped resonator, the opening of which was covered with skin for a soundboard. At the resonator, the strings were attached to a string bar or tuning bars with holes for strings that laid beneath of the soundboard and protruded through. The neck may also have been covered in hide. The instruments were built between 1 and 3 feet tall. The resonator is basically the round part you can see at the end of the yard. Anatomy. The strings of the yar was made of gold intestines, were stretched and shaped to different thicknesses for different notes. Bodies were carved from local woods, including redwood or emerum or palamudum or jackfruit. And today red cedar is used. Soundboards were made of goatskin glued to the body with a paste made of tamarind seeds. The soundbar beneath the soundboard, which the strings anchored to, was glued to the instrument's body with a lacquer called aruka. The instrument may have a relationship with the mythological yali, the word for which is similar to the word for the arched harp. Whatever relationship the words may or may not have, some researchers believe that the mythological yali was carved into the tip of the yar's harp neck. The relationship between a stringed instrument and the yali is not limited to the stumble instrument, but also was mentioned by San Leva in his Sangita Ratnaka as a feature of the Ekantari Sixtha Veena. The modern Saraswati Veena retains this feature.
Can you please read that slide again? The body shape. Can you please read that again? Bit loud.
Okay. The instrument has a relationship with the mythological yali. The word is which is similar to the word for arch harp. Whatever relationships the words may or may not have, some researchers believe the mythological yali was carved into the tip of the yar's harp neck. The relationship between a string instrument and the yali is not limited to this Tamil instrument, but was also mentioned by Sanadeva in his Sangita Raka as a feature of the Ekanchachi Siddhar Veena. The modern Saraswati Veena retains this feature.
It was also mentioned by. It also mentioned by
But was also mentioned by Saranideva.
Sarangadeva. Okay.
Player of the yarn. A player named Tarun Sekhar spends hours building and perfecting the yarn. As distant cousin of the harp, the 2,000-year-old instrument was once a mainstay in royal courts and produced the sweetest sound. Then it disappeared, preserved only in historical texts. Until now, the yard is one of a handful of lost or obscure folk instruments that Sekhar has been recreating in his studio. He began in 2019. It takes Saker 5 to 6 months to build a yard. Each handcrafted instrument is made from a solid block of wood, and when finished is about 2 feet tall, with 7 or 14 strings. A distinctly carved peacock head, slender neck, and a bowl-like resonator. Customers from as far away as Norway and Dubai and US have been drawn to its sound. The last players are people who are probably dead and playing the yard. Because the yard is so old, most of the players are forgotten. That's why the majority of players is low. There are only a few good known players now, but someone made a painting of the Indian queen playing the yard. But who knows if that's true? In the past, the yard was probably more likely well known than it is now. The size. The length was 1 to 3 feet long. The size depends on the type of yard you're using. The mayil yarn is about 5 inches wide. The mayil yarn has 14 strings, making it have many different sounds. Since the yar uses Carnatic music for its notes, the frequency is high. Since each Carnatic note has its own distinct sound, the frequencies vary. During the interval and the swara, the frequency is low. Since the yar is a perfect instrument because it's similar to the veena, the swaras get a unique frequency. That's why so many people are interested in it. The yar used to be only certain animals, but now it has changed and become many other animals like the peacock, bull, and fish. But people are also trying to bring it back, like the player turns with it. He's trying to increase awareness of the yar, so the awareness is increasing, but not a lot. It's sad a lot of people don't know about the yar. It's used in many Tamil songs. It can also transfer music into something better with its frequency. The yar is a very special instrument. Thank you.
Good.